Good morning. It's gonna be hot and sticky out there again, huh? I think it's supposed to cool down towards the end of the week. I don't know. We'll see. My weather app seems like it changes every time I check in on it, so whatever. We'll take every day as it comes, huh? So today we are going to be doing a yoga class with a little focus as we go through our poses on some stretching, maybe even some yawning. And I'm learning more and more about the connections between the mind and the body and the muscles and the ability of the muscles to relax in between contractions. Muscles definitely have amnesia when it comes to relaxing when we have areas like shoulders where there's chronic tension. They really forget how to relax completely. Just overall tension, just being stressed and anxiety, you kind of hold that in the muscles. We carry our emotions in our muscles. So just the simple act of stretching, like a cat stretches or like babies stretch. Babies, when they wake up, they just curl and stretch, and it's such a nice stretch. And oftentimes the stretch is accompanied by a yawn. And yawns are important too. And I'm learning that yawns may even cool your brain down. There's a reflex that's triggered that kind of flushes out the cerebrospinal fluid and brings a new bolus of blood around the brain to kind of cool things off. So without further ado, because I can talk about that stuff forever, meet me on your back, on your mat. And as you come to your back, let's take that first good morning stretch. And as you're stretching, see if you can yawn. Especially this early in the morning, it's easy to bring on a yawn and hold it here a bit. So wiggle and stretch. Maybe a second yawn, and then bring your hands back down to your sides. Let it all go. And already notice the sensation in the physical body. Draw your knees up to your chest. Start to circle your hips in the hip sockets. So remember fascia that I talk about. It's a connective tissue, a three-dimensional web that's everywhere, and it gets sticky and stuck. And so stretching the whole body, or stretching any part of the body, stretches that fascia. Now bring the little toe edges to the mat. We're going to open the knees out in Supta Baddha Konasana. Take one hand to the belly and one in the general direction of the heart. Breathe into the hands. Make sure the belly is rising with the inhale. Good diaphragmatic breath. Using the breath to trigger the relaxation response. And in yoga, we focus a lot on the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the relaxation response. The sympathetic nervous system, the fight or flight, isn't a bad thing. We need that. But we tend to keep that activated so much we don't even know what baseline is anymore, what that balance is. Take about 3 more breaths. And then draw the right knee in. Extend the left leg long. Keep that left leg active. Flex the foot. We'll take a little twist here. Right knee over to the left. Wiggle around what needs to move. And come to the center. Take the second side. Little twist. Stretching through the gluteal muscles, through the piriformis. And then back to the center. Now draw the right leg up again. Lace the fingers somewhere behind the thigh. Maybe as you start to wake up the hamstring, you're able to crawl the hands down towards the calf muscle. Maybe, maybe not. I feel kind of tight today. So kind of come in and out of this. Bend a little, and then I like to reach from the heel up towards the ceiling, and then reach. And then reach. And keep the right leg long. So that may be down here for you. It may be further up towards your head. Now lift your head, lift your shoulders. Now lift the left foot and just hover. You can keep your hands down here by your sides, or you can bring them up, or even up above your ears. That's a little harder, a lot harder. And then let's do some heel-toe touches, waking up the core. 2 more. Come down, draw both knees into the chest. Maybe some circling through the hips and switch sides. Right leg long. Extend the left leg up. Start to wake that hamstring. My left knee is touchy today. And then keep it up there. Release. Lift head and shoulders. And decide what you want to do with your hands. And then do our little heel to toe touches. One more. Draw both knees in. And rock up to a seated position. And then meet me in table. Let's do a few cat-cow. You know how to do those, but lead with the tailbone. So try to go nice and slow with these. These are a nice stretch, and then a cat back, and cats are good stretchers. And let's do one more round after this one. Coming back to neutral, kickstand your right shin out to the right. Let's come into a modified side plank, balancing on the right hand, right knee, reach up with the left arm. Now swing the left arm up by the head, keep the left foot on the mat and reach in both directions. Maybe even a yawn here. Anytime you feel like you need a yawn, take a yawn. Now lift the left leg, bend at the knee, reach back for the ankle. We'll stretch through the quad on the left. Keep the knee lifted. Reach away from you with your knee. So try reaching like you're pressing into the wall behind you. Open the left shoulder. And then unwind, and we'll take 2 cat-cows in between. Now let's do a barrel roll with the belly. So that jump rope. And go the other direction. And then we'll transition to the left. Left shin kickstands. Reach out with the right leg, up with the right arm. Swing the right arm up by the ear. Keep the right foot on the floor and see if you can reach to the pinky toe edge of the foot. So roll across the foot. I got my ankle flexed so my toes are pointing to my right. Kind of like a hockey stick when we do gate pose. Maybe you can yawn. And then lift the leg, bend the knee, reach back for the ankle. Watch me wobble. Open through the chest. Reach in all directions. And unwinding. Let's do some hip circles while we're here in table. And the other direction. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Let's wiggle here. Stretch. This is a good place to find some great stretches. And come to stillness. Swing your right leg back and up. Bend the knee, stack the hips. Don't let the shoulders stack. Just feel the stretch. You can Rotate through the right ankle. Now square the hips. We're going to come forward into a three-legged bent knee plank, bringing our right knee towards the right elbow and then back up. Let's do 4 more of those. 1. 2. Try to notice when muscles are stretching. 3. And 4. This time we're going to step it forward, drop the knee, and come up in a kneeling lunge. Hands can come to the knee to help you up. And roll your shoulders forward, up, back and down. Swing your arms out in front of you, palms face each other, then roll the little fingers towards each other. Now notice here that you can keep your arms just like this at the top and simply flip the palms over. So you're just moving from the elbows down. So draw the little fingers towards each other, swoop the hands up, and then just the palms face each other. And breathe. Now shift forward a bit with the hips. Bring the elbows down into goddess. Let the elbows be heavy. See if you can find that stretch through the front chest. And then bring hands back to heart center. And we're going to come into Ardha Hanumanasana. You can use blocks here. In fact, I'm going to get mine. If you have blocks, I suggest you get them because we're adding a little something to this stretch. So first we'll just come into our half splits. Nice stretch through the back of the right leg. Now lift the chest a bit and use those blocks, and we're going to try to lift the right leg 5 times. It isn't easy. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was fun, huh? All right, let's come forward. Come back into plank. Come to the belly. Just see me start to go to down dog. Now we're going to do 5 rolling baby cobras. Inhale up and exhale down. Inhaling up, exhale down. 3 more. Find your down dog. Swing the left leg back and up, bend the knees, stack the hips, and feel your stretches. Shifting forward, 3-legged plank, left knee, left elbow. We'll do that 3 or 5 times total, so 4 more. And on this last one, we're going to step it forward. Drop the knee. Oh, that knee's giving me trouble today. Inhale up. Arms by ears. Shift forward, drop the elbows, goddess. Ah, boy, we have to come to the top of it. May have to pay attention to that one. And breathe. Now find your blocks. We're going to come into our half splits. So on the heel of the left foot, that nice stretch in the back of the left leg. And breathe. Now rising up. Let's try to lift this leg 5 times. 1. This side's harder for me. 2. 3. 4, 5. Meet me in a wide child's pose. Big toes together, knees wide. Bring the head down. I'm not going to for the microphone. But you relax into this. And breathe. Reach forward. Down dog. Swing your right leg back and up. Step it forward. Drop your knee. Rise up, kneeling lunge. And we're going to take this to a twist. Twisting to the right. So open the arms out. This becomes a challenge for the balance. So that's when we focus on railroad tracks for the legs and not a tightrope. Now see if you can bend that back knee, so it'll be your left, and reach back for your shin or your ankle. And come back up in your twist. And we'll come to drop that back foot gracefully. And a block here can be nice. We're going to bring the left hand to the block, tuck the toes of the left foot and come into a twist here. And maybe the wrist a little further forward of the shoulder, because we're going to step back into a side plank. So hop that foot back. And I've got my feet separated inside of one foot, so it's kind of like scissor blades that are open a little bit. Inside of that top leg, big toe side is on the mat, the back leg, little toe side. Unwind, find plank. Come to the belly. Let's come to a forearm belly sphinx. Now lift the heart, lift the gaze. This will be our back bend here. Now walk your feet a little wider. Turn the hands out, coming into a little deeper back bend. Lift up. And then come back down. We're going to slowly walk the hands a little closer and closer, so you decide when the back bend is deep enough. Make sure the heart comes forward too. The gaze can be right down the tip of the nose. Remember to release the gluteal muscles and roll the outer thighs out and down. Draw the navel back to the spine. Support the low back. Come down. Let's take it one more time. You can go a little deeper if you want. Heart forward. Smooth that back bend out. Back down. Let's find downward facing dog. Left leg back and up. Step it forward. We'll come to our kneeling lunge. My ouchie knee. Rise up. Hands to heart. Lift your prayer and then twist to the left. Reach in both directions. Now, I'm not going to take the ankle grab on this side because my knee's kind of ouchy. You can bend the right knee and reach back for the right ankle. Or not, like me. Now bring a block under the right hand. And the wrist can be a little further forward of the shoulder, because when you come up in that twisted lunge, you tend to shift forward, or at least I do. And then to a twist. Reach, reach, reach. And now roll to the pinky toe edge of that back foot and work the top foot back, coming into a side lunge. I really have to hop, 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 hop to get it back there. Vashisthasana. Side plank. Now unwind. Now let's come to the belly. Find crocodile. Separating the legs once again, left and right. And bend the knees. Bring your forehead to the mat. Do some circling or windshield wipering through the knees. Going one way. And then the other. And then release the legs down. My head's lifted again because of the microphone, but you rest, relax. Three more breaths. And now downward facing dog. I'll swing the right leg back and up. I'll stack the hips again. Look under the left shoulder. Maybe you can see those toes. See if you can swing them over to here a little further. Try not to let the shoulders twist. Now square the hips, and we're going to come forward 5 times, but this time touch elbow to the outside of the same side shoulder. So right knee to the outside of the right shoulder. Here's 2. 3. 4. 5, and we're going to step it forward, foot between the hands. And rise up in a lunge. High crescent lunge. Again, little fingers towards each other. Keep the shoulders like that. Palms face each other as the hands are pointing up. Fingers pointing up and the arms by the ears. Lift your heart here. Lift your gaze. And breathe. Now swoop those hands forward and back. And we'll hold here. I always feel like I have a cape flying behind me in this shape. Three more breaths. Now rise up and we'll find warrior 2. Open that back leg up. Virabhadrasana 2. Check out the front knee. Make sure it's tracking right down the center of your foot. Scoop those sit bones underneath you and breathe. Let's drop into peaceful warrior. You can take the half bind or just let the hands slide down the back of the leg. Back to warrior 2. Now let's take triangle. So straighten the front leg, reach with the right hand. I'm sending that back hand or back hip back a bit, but more folding over this side. So staying nice and long. You can bring a block under the hand. And then open and lift. Reach in both directions. Really both directions with the legs, both directions with the arms. And play with your gaze here. Now we're going to unwind. Bring both hands to the mat. Come on to the ball of the foot. We'll take that twist again. So now the left wrist is down. Right arm up. Now let's come back to a side plank. Take the top hand. So right hand to the back of your head. See if you can bring your right knee and your right elbow towards each other. We'll try for 5. Woo, plank. That's hard. Find your way to the belly. And let's do an up dog. So tops of the feet to the mat. Lift the hips. Hold for 5. If you're in up dog with me, just tuck your toes and pop right up into down dog. Let's hold down dog for 3 breaths, kind of settle in. Find your place in space. Left leg back and up, bend the knees, stack the hips. Look under the right arm, really reach over there with the left toes. And square the hips 5 times. Left knee to outer left shoulder. Shifting forward into 3-legged plank. 3 more. Step it forward, coming up into high crescent lunge. Make sure you got a block over there on the right side. Rise up. Arms by ears. Maybe a little back bend. Maybe shift the gaze upward. Open to warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Scoop those sit bones underneath. Reach in both directions with the fingers. Drop into peaceful. Reach, reach, reach with that top hand. Get a nice stretch. Maybe a yawn. And back to warrior 2. Transitioning to triangle. Reach and bring the hand down. And you can play with, you can have your hand on your shin. You can bring a block to the inside or the outside of the ankle. Reach the right arm up. Reach. Reach between the hands, reach between the feet. Lengthen through the crown of the head. And we're going to pivot around into a lunge. And then right into a twisted lunge. And then take your Vashisthasana, side plank. Left hand behind the head, 5 times knee towards elbow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Child's pose. And rest. That's some work. Notice the sensation of the muscles in the body. And with our stretching, with our movement, are you noticing more space? And when I say space, for me, that just means like under the skin, there's just more room. A sense of almost fullness, but not heaviness, a lightness, like the sky. And then press back up. Come to down dog. And swing the right leg back and up. Stepping it forward. You're going to come up in a lunge. If you have blocks, bringing them to the top of the mat might be nice. I'm having balance trouble. I think it's this knee. We're going to come forward into a warrior 3. Use some goddess arms here. See how that feels. We're going to hop it forward, balance on the right leg. You can always bring your hands down there to the blocks. Now rise up and staff. So that knee comes forward. Right hand to the outside of the left knee. We're going to open this into a twist. Now keep your arms wide and see if you can float over into half moon. You probably need your block. I will. I'm going to bring my hand to my block. Now the hips are stacked. Or at least we're heading in that direction. Whew. And then drop the foot and come into chair with Katasana. Tailbone heavy. Crown of the head light. Roll those little fingers towards each other. Maybe look up at the fingers. And on your next exhale, fold forward. On an inhale, lengthen halfway. On an exhale, step back. Let's find plank. Let's go right to up dog or find your back bend. If you're in up dog with me, let's hold it for 5. Where are you pressing into the hands? Base of the index finger, base of the thumb will protect the wrist. Tuck your toes. Down dog. Left leg back and up. Step it forward. Remember, we're gonna rise up and lunge and then go to warrior 3. So make sure you're on railroad tracks. Rise up. Let's try goddess arms again. And then hop it up. Warrior 3. Two more breaths here. And then we'll bring the right knee forward, staff. Left hand to the outside of the right knee. Right hand opens behind. And then transitioning in whatever way you need to into a half moon. I find it easier to have the hand on the block, and the block is further forward of the shoulder and a little wide. And step it forward. Meet me in Utkatasana, chair pose. Oh, chair pose never felt so good. Now fold forward. Lift halfway. And come to a seat now. And move the blocks out of the way. I'm going to keep my right knee, left knee bent. Heel towards my pubic bone, right leg nice and open. Take the right hand over here and let's take a stretch. So reach down with your left sit bone, up and over with your left arm. You can reach up and pull on that arm, a nice stretch all along the side of the body. Maybe yawn. Now swing the left arm up and over, plant your hand, and we're going to lift this left hip, lay back. So this is a baby wild thing. Try to really open and lift the heart, lift the gaze. You can swing your left arm, right arm up by your ear, getting a nice stretch all along the right side of the body. And then come down. Second side. Right heel in, left leg out. Up and over. Now we're stretching all along here. Reach up for your wrist, give yourself a little extra stretch. And then notice what happens when you shift your awareness from reaching with the hand to pressing down with the sit bone. You just get a little more sensation. And inhale, take that right arm over and down. We're going to press into it, lift the hip, and then lean back here. You can swing the left arm up by your ear and reach little toe edge of the left foot, fingertips of the left arm. I gotta be careful, I'll put my hands right over that candle. And then exhale, come down. Bring the feet wide, left and right edges of the mat. And the elbows a bit here, open through the front chest. Windshield wiper to the right, gaze to the left. I keep the knees to the right. We'll come up in our modified pigeon. Holding forward block as always, nice. Lay the belly down, lay the chest down, find a place for the forehead. And breathe. And now coming into pigeon from this shape, I'm going to bring my heel closer to me. Swing the left leg back. And folding forward here. And rising up. We'll take the second side, make sure your block's over there. Sometimes I remember to tell you that. Mostly I don't. Take your forward fold. Feel the stretch. And rise up, heel towards you. Swing the right leg back and long, come into your pigeon. And then unwind. Find your way to your back. We're going to do a couple things here and then Shavasana. So I think I will go this way. So lying on the back, we'll do a couple bridge poses and then you have the option of coming into a shoulder stand or maybe even plow. Bend the knees, walk the heels close. Reach down there, see if you can touch your heels. Maybe you can even wrap around and get your ankles nice and close. And then lift the hips. Bend your elbows here, tuck the shoulder blades. And press into the upper arms, into the tricep. And lift, maybe up onto the balls of the feet. You might want to walk your feet a little closer. Now lift your head and tuck your chin. And then lay the back of the head down. You just lengthen the back of the neck. If you have the space, you can bring your hands underneath your hips, supporting your bridge pose. And then release the hips. Bring the hips down. And you can come back into bridge or you can come into shoulder stand. So coming up on the shoulders. Keep the neck long. So lift the head again, tuck the chin. And then see if you can support your back as you try to line up your ankles, at least in the direction of over your hips. You can always float the feet down, coming into plow pose. I think that's halasana. I'm not sure. This should not be pressure in the neck. And then back up. So this is another one of those ways to trigger the relaxation response. And then in whatever way you like, bring yourself down. And rest just in a neutral spine initially. And then find your way to Shavasana. Supta Baddha Konasana might feel good. The arms can be wide. Or you can even take the hands and stack them under the head. And breathe, settle in. As you inhale, draw space inside the body, into the joint spaces. And as you exhale, fill up that space. Send the breath in there to fill the space out. Inhale, draw the space in. I always like to picture a clear blue sky or even a starry night. And then an exhale to fill that space, being more and more spacious, expanding. Maybe finding a felt sense of expanding beyond the boundaries of the physical body, feeling the energy reaching out. Put your hands under your head, release them, reaching down for the thighs. If the knees are open, help the knees come back together. And draw the knees in. Apanasana. And let's reach out in the shape of an X. The legs wide and long, arms open and lifted. If it hurts your shoulders to have your arms up like this, you can bring them out into the shape of a T. And we're going to reach in all directions. Take a big yawn. Do that one more time. Reach. Bend the knees up to the chest again and wrap the hands underneath the knees and come to a seated position. Roll your way up the spine and pause here. Take a few breaths. Notice what you notice. So stretching and yawning, good things, huh? So take advantage of that throughout your day. Don't stifle a yawn. Yawn and stretch. And picture a cat, picture a dog, picture a baby. I think babies are fun to watch when they wake up, how they just arc their little back and reach and stretch. And they're reminding us of things that we should be doing to take care of ourselves. Let's reach up one more time. Grab some of that sky. I can't tell. I see a little dappled sun, but it looks a little cloudy. Exhale the hands to the heart. May you have peaceful thoughts, peaceful words, peaceful heart, and a peaceful world. Namaste. Wednesday morning, 7 a.m., cardio, tone, and strength. And Friday, another yoga class, 7 a.m. as well. Have a great week.